All righty, all righty. Ooh, I'm trying to see if I am online. Trying to see if I'm online or not. So if I can get anybody to just jump on board. I'm Dr. Lita, and we're here at Nurturing You Women's Health and Wellness. And today I really want to talk to you all about very concerning condition. And so I'm hoping that there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be blessed by this. So I do see my special guest that's watching. So hold on a second. I'm just going to do a little introduction because autoimmune disorder is something that debilitates. I don't know the exact statistics, but certainly I would say like tens of thousands of people, maybe even more. And unfortunately, there's some conditions that are related to just severe musculoskeletal pain in the body. Some of them are very mysterious. It's like, what is this from? Something called fibromyalgia, something that some of you may be familiar with. There's all types of different disorders where essentially your body is attacking itself. That's why they're called autoimmune. Your body is attacking itself. And there's an inflammatory process that's going on, and it's affecting multiple areas. But most of the times people notice the symptoms, and it manifests itself based upon chronic pain, chronic fatigue, problems with mood changes, etc. The pain is in the joints, the pain is in the muscles, etc. So I know it's kind of serious, but I wanted to invite someone on today because I wanted her to share her personal testimony of how she's been managing this, because it's something that she's been dealing with for many, many, many years. And I will say God has blessed her to be able to find something that has been helping her. So I want to go ahead and see if I can invite Jonelle on. So Jonelle, I am going to invite you, and I'm thinking that once I press your face that you will be able to come on board. And I'm just pushing add right now. So let's see if she comes on board. Let's see. It says connecting.
Hi, here I am.
Hey, how you doing, sweetheart?
Good. How are you?
You look really good.
I do?
You look really good.
Oh,
You look
good.
really
Thank
good. Oh my. Oh,
you. Okay.
I don't know what happened. You know, I turned off my notifications except Facebook, so that way, like if there's any calls or text messages or
Oh,
anything coming through, they won't come through. So,
oh
okay.
shoot. I should
But
have done that too.
that's okay. Well, we'll work with it. We'll flow.
Okay.
I was just kind of doing a little introduction about just talking about different types of autoimmune disorders and things that people are familiar with, the terms that they're familiar with, like fibromyalgia, different types of rheumatoid arthritis. People are familiar with lupus. People are familiar with chronic fatigue syndrome and other things that are related to our bodies just attacking itself. So I don't want to talk too much about me because I really want to highlight your fabulous testimony.
Okay.
It was moving, and I just want to let everybody know that I met Janelle. Is it Janelle?
Janelle.
Janelle. I
Yeah.
met her a few months ago at our first event that was in California, and she brought everybody to tears. I'm just going to say that she brought everyone to tears because she just spoke from her heart. She was very genuine, and she just shared how the product that she's using, that I've been using since August, have been life-changing. And I don't say that lightly. People use that term loosely sometimes, but
Right.
truly life-changing, because when you're suffering with pain, when you're suffering with a lot of debilitating symptoms, and you find something that corrects that and reverses it, it is life-changing. And then we don't have
Right.
to mince our words. It's life-changing. For me, of course, I've noticed a lot of awesome benefits from it as well. I've noticed definitely improved energy, great sleep. I've had improvement in my joint mobility. The discomfort that I have in my joints has gone away. I've been able to do great with keeping my belly fat down.
I know.
And so, of course, some of those are like little vanity things.
Yeah.
I've noticed my hair growth. I've noticed my skin has gotten better. I mean, just a lot of different things. So, but I want people to hear from you, Janelle, because I think it's a powerful testimony. And just share with us, like, when your journey started
Okay.
and what was it that made things turn around for you?
Okay. My journey actually started around 2000, the year 2000, when I started having nerve problems in my arms, but ended up resulting in surgeries on both elbows and both wrists. I have ulnar neuropathy, which ended up with permanent nerve damage down both arms. And so my husband has always researched and constantly researched since then to try to find me something natural. He doesn't want me to be taking all these prescriptions and not knowing what they're going to do to me later
Right.
in life. And we were looking for something to help reduce my debilitating symptoms and discomfort from my autoimmune diseases. And we never expected for all these other things to happen to me from the product. I mean, I suffer from autoimmune diseases and other disorders for a long time now, and I became completely bedridden for almost a total of 4 years. I was
4 years?
4 years.
Wow.
And
Wow.
this was just a couple of years ago. And I was in the house all the time. I rarely left the house. I would go to a doctor's appointment. I rarely got to spend time with our kids or our grandkids. And I felt trapped in my own body. I had always been a real bubbly, life-loving person, and I became a different person because of the chronic pain that I was having.
Right.
And so on most days, my pain level was at a 10 plus. And, I went through multiple, like 28 injections
Wow.
in my back and neck, over the years. And then once 2009 hit, that's when the pain really got extremely bad. And then when I have a flare-up, the flare-up that I have, it feels like the pain is electricity. And the electricity is vibrating through my body to where I can feel my body humming, especially in my arms. And I think it's just because of all the damage I have in my arms. And it feels like that they're on fire. My muscles, the nerves in my arms feel like they're on fire, like hot metal pieces are puncturing them over and over and over. And even when I take a shower, a lot of times the shower feels like hot needles just injecting into my skin, because my skin can get so sensitive. So I have notes because I get nervous.
No, and that's fine. And I think one of the things that there is some level of understanding that there's something wrong with the way the pain nerve fibers are transmitting. So there's, all of us have normal pain sensation, and we're supposed to. So when there's a pain and there's a response, things get transmitted neurologically so that we can respond to that. But when it comes to some of these, chronic pain disorders, like fibromyalgia, there's something very dysfunctional that's going on. And so with the whole nerve. And so that's why people notice that the nerve, it carries a lot of different sensations, be it pain, be it burning, be it tingling, be it, like you said, that electricity. So nerve fibers transmit a lot of different signals. And that's what we feel. So there's something very dysfunctional going on with that. And so when you're describing your symptoms, it's like, I know that there's people that are listening And although it sounds like, wow, oh my gosh, I know that there's people that can totally relate to what you're saying.
Right.
People who suffer
Exactly.
with this, they can relate. They would describe it. When you're describing so vividly, they're like, wow, they're
Right.
listening, and it's like, yeah, that's me. That's
Yeah.
me. That's me. So
Yeah.
so when did the
Exactly.
transition kind of start happening for you?
The transition started when I was in a really bad flare-up. I was
Mhm.
going into the 5th week. I hadn't left the
Mhm.
house for
Mm.
that month. I was strictly in bed.
Mhm.
And Tim got so desperate, my husband, just to find something to give me some relief. And that's
Mhm.
when he came across the gel. And so
Mm.
this flare-up had been the worst flare-up that I had had in 2 years. And
Mhm.
so it
Mhm.
really hit me hard. And so when I started to experience the benefits from the
Mhm.
increase in the HGH in my body, I had no idea the magnitude of what it was going to do. I mean, we were
Mhm.
looking for relief for all my symptoms from my autoimmune disease and my nerve,
Mhm.
my just
Mhm.
nerve endings just being on
Mhm.
constant fire.
Mhm. Mhm.
And so within the first 2 days of using the HGH gel, I experienced increased energy like I hadn't known what hit me. I didn't know what hit me. I
Mm.
was like, oh my
Mhm.
gosh, I have all this energy and I'm
It
still
was
laying
drastic.
down. And
Right.
and I know myself because a lot of people with autoimmune diseases, they feel good. They'll get up and
Mhm.
start doing things and then they're back
Mhm.
down for several more
Right.
days. It's very
Right.
common with us to do that.
Mhm.
So I made
Mhm.
myself stay in bed and just relax. But somewhere
Mhm.
between the 3rd and 4th day, the discomfort I was having from the flare up started lightening up to the point where I
Mhm.
was able to get out of bed and,
Mhm.
wander around the
Mhm.
house and get
Mhm.
something to eat. It was
Mhm.
just very drastic. And
Wow. Mhm.
it was something I'd never experienced before. And,
Mhm.
but everything was so gradual. It wasn't like boom, boom, boom. It was
Right.
like
Right.
some of these things that I have felt for so many years. You'd think I felt kind of silly that I wasn't noticing it right away. Like with
Mhm.
my joints had really been bothering me for a good year, that where it
Mhm.
felt like somebody had put a poker in a fire
Mhm.
and then
Mhm.
was just sticking it in my joints
Mhm.
every time I
Mhm.
moved. And
Mhm.
so about a week and a half after I had been using the HGH, I realized that discomfort I was having, I'm trying to be very compliant.
Mhm.
The discomfort I was having in my
Right.
joints was being alleviated, like so
Mhm.
much to where I wasn't limping anymore. So
Right.
that was
Wow.
really huge. And of course
How about the discomfort that you had like in your muscles? Because a lot of people who have this,
yeah,
it's like their whole body, the
right,
muscles,
exactly.
everything. Did you have some changes in your muscle
Definitely.
discomfort? Okay.
Between that 3rd and
Mhm.
4th day is when
Mhm.
my muscles started feeling better. I wasn't having
Mhm.
that constant nerve humming,
Right.
electricity
Right.
feeling.
Mhm. Mhm.
So that was really huge.
Mhm.
My husband just didn't even know what to think. He was like, "Wow!" And so, and then I was also sleeping better,
Right.
because
Uh-huh.
when you're going through all this discomfort, um, you don't sleep, and your body.
Mhm.
I've always
Mhm.
been told from my doctors and my specialists that adults need to sleep for their bodies to heal.
Right. That's
And
right.
I
That's
and
right.
I was never sleeping. I could
Mhm.
never get into a
Mhm.
deep sleep. So that was huge for me.
So you were able to start sleeping
Yes,
better.
yes,
Okay.
and
Awesome.
and sleeping completely through the night, not waking
Mhm.
up every time I moved, and then I wake
Right.
up and feel the pain,
Right.
and
Right.
then go through the process of trying to
I'm trying
fall
to
back
get back to
asleep.
sleep again.
Yeah,
Right. Exactly. It's
and
that
this get
cycle.
yes,
It's a
it's such a
cycle.
bad
Mhm.
cycle. So
Mhm.
But the biggest plus that I found, and it wasn't what we were looking for when I started using this, because this was strictly something I wanted to use to see if it could help all the discomfort I was experiencing for so many years. And about a week and a half after I had started using the HGH, a friend had asked.
I want to pause a little bit because I want people to know that this is not injectable HGH, because some people might be familiar with human growth hormones, and they're hearing you say HGH.
Yeah.
This is not injectable human growth hormone. This is a transdermal gel. This is a gel that you use through your skin. It's homeopathic. And a beautiful thing, I'm going to let you continue on, is that it's not only HGH, homeopathic microdose that has a slow, release. It gets into your system to the point where you have to apply it like a couple times a day. But the product also has adrenal support in it too. So when you talk about, the stress, cortisol goes up when you're real stressed and when your body's, so it helps to control that too. It helps to help your adrenals. Thyroid support is in there too. There's other botanical ingredients in there as well. So we're not talking about an injectable. We're not talking about anything that you have to swallow. We're talking about something that you simply apply through your skin in order to get the benefits from it. So I just want to make sure everybody's clear about when you say HGH, about what we're talking about.
Exactly.
Here, so.
I forget.
Sorry. Go ahead.
No, that's so important.
That's okay. Yeah.
And I love the fact that I could just rub it into my skin, because I'm so tired of taking pills. I just gag sometimes because there's just too many. And I have been able to eliminate a lot of them since I've been using this product. So about a week and a half that I'd been using it, I ran into a friend. And, of course, I'm telling her what's happening with me, because she also has health problems. And she says, well, does this gel, and she was joking, does it help with the change of life symptoms?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I said, and I hadn't even realized it yet, because I had been suffering from hot flashes and night sweats. How many times a day I'd be fanning myself and, kicking off the covers and putting them back on. Well, I realized in the week and a half that I'd been using this that I hadn't had any hot flashes or night sweats. And I didn't even realize that was a benefit. So that was a huge plus for me. And
unexpected, like you said.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. And then I realized because of being homebound for so long, it's very common for people to have panic attacks when leaving the home. I had never suffered from anything like that in my life. And so when I did start venturing out, I would have that, and I had medication for it. Well, I noticed a couple weeks had passed since starting the product, and I noticed I hadn't been using that at all. And so, my bottle was like full, and it was time for a refill. And I told the pharmacy, "Are you sure?"
Because you didn't have to use it.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was helping me with that. And then it started quickly after that. A couple of weeks go by, and I notice I'm losing weight, and I'm not dieting, and I'm not changing my eating habits. And I'm losing inches, especially around my midsection. I know you experienced that too. And I love that. I was like, I had no idea that this was going to happen.
Exactly.
And I'm fitting into clothes. As women, we save things, one day I might fit into that. And so, I was fitting into jeans that I hadn't worn in years. So that was really huge.
One day came.
Yeah.
I was saying one day came for you.
Yes, and I was really excited about that. But then I even noticed my muscle definition. I hadn't felt that I should start exercising. I wanted to get the okay from my doctors. But I noticed I was getting some muscle definition without exercising. Even my little flabby arms here was getting wasn't so jiggly anymore.
Right. So
And
it was kind of helping to firm up your skin as
yeah,
well.
yeah, tightening up my skin. And
Awesome.
and then of course the libido side of it. You know, when you're sick and you're not feeling good, pretty much the last thing you want to do is
And
think
that's
about,
real.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it goes for men and women. And so that was another plus I had no idea was going to happen, is that not just my you know, my
Like just your libido and everything.
libido
Yeah.
and the
Yeah.
desire to want to, you know, um, get involved like that.
Be intimate. Right.
Yes, yeah, I'm trying to
Be
say,
intimate.
yeah. And
Yeah.
then, you know, as time went by, I started this product in August. And as time went by, my hair started getting thicker and growing
Fuller.
more. Yeah,
Yeah.
fuller, healthier. Um,
Mhm.
I don't think it's been this thick since I was a teenager. And in the beginning of me getting so sick and the doctors trying to figure out, you know, for a couple of years what particular problems I was having, my hair started falling out. I mean, you wouldn't know it now, but I barely had any hair in the front of my head. It was all falling out in the front, in the back too, but the sides and the front, and it really scared me. So having my hair get healthier and my skin feeling, you know, tighter and soft, and my nails just super healthy too.
Wow.
I knew with that going on that I was healing from the inside, you know.
And I appreciate you saying it that way, because I think one of the biggest things that I like, and I know you probably could go on with a lot of other things, because a lot of people do so well. There's like a tremendous number. I mean, we say one of the things that we like to let people know that is with use of the product, 40 plus benefits that they can list. And some of the things you might experience within the first few days to few weeks, but then the consistent use, the consistent day in, day out, day in, day out, day in, day out use enables your body to get balanced over time. It helps your glands, your hormones to get in balance, your glands to function better. And like you said, when you're starting to do things that your cells are getting what they need to do what they do, it takes time. You know, just like you said, you know, you started noticing the fat loss. People, you know, I really try to encourage people. Don't say, hey, okay, I'll get one bottle and I'll try and see what happens, because some things may not kick in until 6 weeks, 8 weeks or so. Patience is key. Consistency is key. Your body didn't break down and age to where it is in a month. In a month. So in order to get the reversal of what's going on with your body, you got to give it time. Your body's exposed to something. Even for me, you know, I prescribe bioidentical hormones for men and for women. And I try to tell them, I said, look, this is not something where you're going to ingest a pill and all of a sudden your levels are going to just skyrocket. It takes time. And the same way that, you know, as your body gets exposed to estrogen, progesterone, testosterone, and other things, thyroid, it takes time for the tissue in your body after it's exposed to this over time to start changing. And I always tell folks, go on a trial if you want to. When you stop, like if you were to stop hormones, your levels would come down. Okay, it's fine. You may have a little hot flash and night sweats and things, and then your body might say, okay, I'm adjusted. So now you're saying, okay, well, I don't have hot flashes and night sweats anymore. I'm good. No, you're not. No, you're not. Because all of your tissue that has been, and your body that's been exposed to all this good estrogen, now is going to say, oh my gosh, I'm starving. I don't have estrogen anymore, and it's a slow decline. So the same way that it's a slow decline and whatever other types of disorders that we may be experiencing with our bodies, it's a slow decline. So it's going to take time for those reversals to take place. So what you're sharing is that there were some things that you experienced right away, like within days, the energy, the hair came later.
Yeah.
The joints, the discomfort, those things came later,
Right.
so it takes time. It takes
Yeah.
time. So,
Yeah. And that's
and how
why I
many months,
say
you said October? When was it that you?
August. We started
August,
in
August.
August.
That's
Yeah.
around the same time I did
Yeah.
too.
I thought it
August. I've been
was.
on since,
Yeah.
yeah, I've been on since
Yeah.
August as well. So
And
awesome.
And I mean, we're still noticing new things that are
Right.
changing. Like
Yep.
I got sick during the holidays and the winter months, and it usually happens to me because my immune system is so compromised. And normally, if I get sick, it hangs on for 8 to 12 weeks. It's
Right.
just the process that has happened to me for years now. Well, I hadn't even realized that HGH helps build your immune system, or helps
Yep.
with the immune system. And so
Yes, it
I
does.
happened to be going over the benefits list, and it happened to be right after I got better. And I realized this winter I got better from being sick in 10 days. That's
Wow.
unheard of
And
for
that
me.
doesn't happen to you, right?
No,
Right.
that doesn't happen.
So,
And, my family is very careful to stay away from me if anybody's sick or the grandkids are sick, because
wow.
they know I'm going to get it. And so that was also really huge. And that's something, it's, been since August, and it's not something you think about, oh, my immune system is doing better. I realized it when, that didn't hang on
Right.
for 8
Right.
to 12 weeks like I'm used to, 10 days and it was
Exactly.
gone. So that was
Perfect.
really huge for me too.
Well, Janelle, I mean, it sounds. I mean, I'm so happy that we decided to do this, and I know
I
we
know.
kind of took a while to do it, because we wanted to make sure that we were being compliant. I mean,
Right.
you have such an amazing and powerful testimony, and we want to make sure that we let everybody know that we're not trying to say that we're diagnosing any medical conditions. We're not
Right.
curing any medical conditions. We're not treating any medical condition. This is not what we're here. We're trying to give people information about a variety of different conditions that people have. Some of them that come just from natural aging, and some of them that come because of autoimmune, disorders.
Right.
Some of them that come from different things. And when you say that instead of taking a whole bunch of different prescription medications,
Right.
now you can reduce the number of medications that you're taking. And I see you smile. That's awesome.
I know.
When you can not have to take prescription medication, when you can actually help to even reduce maybe some of the supplements that you're taking. So people are even able to reduce the amount of supplements that they're taking when
Right.
they get on this, because they're helping their body to function better. This is human growth hormone. Yeah, it's microdosed. It's homeopathic. It's got the other components in it. It's FDA registered. There's a code that you can look up, and you can see that this is something that the FDA has it registered, so that whatever's listed there, that's what's is in it. And they did have to show and prove that there's some efficacy that's there. So I mean, it sounds like a miracle, and for some people, and it sounds like yourself, it is a miracle.
Oh, it's given me
It
my
is a
quality of
miracle.
life back.
Exactly. Wow.
My life is totally different now. I feel like I have a life worth living, where
That's right.
before I was starting to wonder,
Yeah.
is this what
Yeah.
it's going to be like? And I
Right.
felt
Right.
guilty because my husband is, we're empty
Sure.
nesters, and it's just the two
Yeah.
of us. And so
And
one
we have
thing,
our life. Go ahead.
one thing I didn't mention, and I wanted to, because I felt that I was aging really fast going through the pain, because you don't smile. You're kind of grimacing all the time in pain, and even my doctor said that's not good, because when you're in pain, you do bring up your shoulders and you tighten up.
Right.
And
Right.
so it's just not a good feeling. And I noticed over the last few years really aging and the wrinkles coming on. Well, this was a huge surprise to me, was when my husband was sitting across from lunch, and he says, "Your the lines in your eyes are going away. They're crow's feet right there." and your laugh lines are, you know, lightening up and diminishing. And then I had also noticed my cellulite was diminishing. So, I mean, who would have known
your body was just
right.
going through changes. You were healing.
Yeah.
I mean, your body was just healing because it was getting what it needed. And so, I mean, it's about balance. It's about getting things and, you know, back to where they need to be, you know. So I think that, I mean, I know that, again, like for as many people, and I've actually heard a lot of other testimonies of people just said that this has been a tremendous blessing for them.
Exactly.
Because of the quality of life that they're now able to experience. Not everyone has shared their testimonies publicly. You know, I've asked people, like through Messenger, tell me what this has done for you. And it's like, it almost brings me to tears. I've seen people respond and they tell me what it's done for them. And so, of course, everyone is different. So we want to let everybody know everyone is different. Everyone is different. It's going to meet you where you need it. So it's not, we do know that there's a lot of different things associated with improvement of growth hormone as well as adrenal and thyroid support. We do know that there's a lot of things that your body can experience once those things do are I get put back into your body and once there's hormone balances there. But everyone is different, you know, and it hits you and it meets you where you need it. It meets you where you need it. So, but I just wanted to, because I got a long commute back home, so I wanted to say, I just wanted to thank you, and we want to let everyone that that did listen in, you know, if you are interested in finding anything more about it, you know, if you came through Jonelle's page, feel free to reach out to her. If you came through my page, you can just send me a message through Messenger or just put a comment and just say, hey, you know, tell me some more about the gel, and I will be more than happy to send you information. I know it's going to be shared. People are going to share it. And so, of course, if you find out about it because someone shared it with you, by all means, reach out to that person. So,
yes, so, and please meet me too. My network. Please meet me over on Messenger or make a comment, and I will get you any information that you need. I would love to help people feel like I'm feeling.
Yeah, and that's the main thing. And so I think we'll close with that, is that we are so passionate, all of us in this New Life family. We're so passionate because we are helping people's lives to be improved. We're changing the quality of people's lives in so many different ways, internally, like you said, as well as externally. And so when you see us just fanatically posting and sharing and talking about it, it's because it's something that's changed us. I mean, it's changed our life. You know, we're hearing more and more testimony. And it's like, if you know that something is so powerful, so good, why would you not share it with others?
Exactly.
You know, why would you not? I'm a physician. I want to help my patients. When they come in through the doors, you know, their expectation is that I'm going to help them. And I'm going to do everything I possibly can do to do that. And I share the gel with my patients. And many of them have opened up and said, yes, I'm going to try it. And they do great on it. They keep ordering it. They love it. You know, and I'm sure for you too, you shared with me that you shared it with other people. And people have been doing great. And that's all we're about. We just want to share it. Let people know it's up to everyone to decide if they want to take that leap. But I really, truly would say it's a leap that you will not regret. It's a leap you won't regret. So,
it's a gift of life.
It is. Yay. All right, then. All right, everybody. So we're going to sign out. And if anyone wants to get information, just catch up with us somehow. And we love your gel family. We love you, gel family. All right. Take care.
Love you guys. Bye-bye.
Right,
Thank you, Lita.
Bye now.
Bye-bye.
I love you. Bye-bye now.